right, good morning. Today is January 21st, and I'm reading from 365 Days of Kindness. And did you do your kindness yesterday? Tell someone they are beautiful. I hope you did. It was an easy one. So today is 490 times. It's actually talking about forgiveness today. This is a very good one because we all need to forgive, right? It says, Peter came to Jesus and asked, Lord, when my fellow believers sin against me, how many times must I forgive him? Should I forgive him as many as 7 times? Jesus answered, I tell you, you must forgive him more than 7 times. You must forgive him even if he wrongs you 70 times 7. That's Matthew 18:21 through 22. If you are someone who likes to calculate numbers and take things very literally, then you would have come up with the answers to Peter's question, 490. This, however, was not what Jesus was answering in response to the question. As humans, we feel we can be gracious, but don't want to go so far with our grace that it gets abused. We think we need to put limits on our generosity towards others. Jesus' response lets us know that there are no limits to forgiveness. It is easy to see why. The grace that Jesus has for us and others is unlimited, and the grace should be the same. Get ready to forgive over and over again. Act of kindness, invite a friend over. Okay, so we're talking about forgiveness. Do you guys have issues with forgiveness? I talk about this, I talk about everything because I'm very open and honest, and I don't believe that there should be any lies in your mouth at all. And so, one of the biggest things is that, I have a really, really bad childhood, and it was literally not talked about or anything like that, still not talked about. And so there's that thing about forgiveness, and I have to forgive the people who hurt me because I need to be okay. And just because somebody did you wrong, or somebody abused you as a child, or anything, or raped you, you have to forgive. You have to. I've been raped a few times, and that's one thing is that, I have to forgive them because, we don't fight against flesh and blood enemies. We fight against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world. Okay, they're demons. What they have in them, it makes them disgusting and believes that they have to take something from a child or from a woman, or they have to take it, which I never understood, like why, but we have to forgive that person that harmed us, even if it's as traumatizing as childhood abuse or rape. You have to forgive them, because what happens is you get the stuff inside you, right? Okay, and the stuff inside you like festers into other things, like maybe drug abuse, alcohol abuse. Maybe your relationships are horrible. Every man you meet or every woman you meet, you have no good relationships because you got this thing inside you that you didn't forgive. Because you're sitting here like, oh, I'm okay. I'm a good person. Everything's great, right? Because I love God. Well, did you let God take that thing out of you so you can move on to the next level and be closer to God and be one with God? Because that thing that's living inside you has to go. Because if it doesn't go, well, it's going to fester into something else. It always does. It did for me. And it festered for me. I kept it in me and everything, and it had a home, right? And it festered into drug addiction, prostitution, alcohol, you name it, like I did it. That's what it festered into. And then God's like, no, you don't need this. You don't need this. Oh, stop growling at people outside. God's like, you don't need this. So that's why it's so important to forgive. It really is. So today, what I did, and I'll tell you what I did. I have made a list of the people that I need to forgive. And I wrote forgiveness letters and then I burned them. Or you can send them. You know, the living ones I sent to, the ones that were not here anymore, I burned. And so it did something, you know. And then I was in deep prayer with God. That's another thing. I was in deep prayer with God, you know. But God knows your heart, and He'll even show you what's inside. He'll be like, okay, there's your room, the room of all the crap, right? And He'll be like, okay, now we're going to clean this room. And it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. But you have this lifted weight off you. And you're just like, oh, you know. You're like, hey, God, yay, you know. And so that's what I want for you. I want you to have ultimate forgiveness in your heart and soul so you can move on to the next level. I love you. Have a